I'm Filip Grujić. I'm a writer from Belgrade. I was born in Novi Sad in Serbia, but I live in Belgrade now for I think 7.5 years. Two of my theater plays are now have been produced. One in Belgrade in Atelier 212, and the other in Novi Sad in Serbian National Theatre. And the reason I'm here actually is because of my writing, but not playwriting, but prose for novels and that. I have two published novels. First came when I was 22.5 years old. It was 4 years ago now. And it had kind of a silly name in it because it was called Bludni dani Kuratog Johnija, which means I don't know how to translate that in English, but it's maybe Cocky Johnny, something like that, you know. The days, and yeah, my latest novel is Bosnia, the Tenant, and that's the reason I'm here. Krokodil is organization called me, and I did it's Creative Europe program. Krokodil is udruženje. I don't know how it's called.
An association?
An association, yeah, Krokodil Association. Vladimir Asinijević, our writer from Serbia, is the head of that association, and with the partners from in the countries from all the countries in the region. In Sarajevo is Centar, in Novo Mesto in Slovenia, Split, Croatia, Tirana, Albania, and Skopje and Pristina, Kosovo and North Macedonia, to say North Macedonia. We are all, you know, it's like that Creative Europe platform where writers from Belgrade come to Sarajevo, from Sarajevo to Split, from Split to fuck knows where. You know. It's like that exchange, and it's called, I think, Reading the Western Balkans. You know, it's a nice platform because we get to know, you know, people and other writers from all the other parts of our region, from Balkans. At the moment I'm writing short stories, and hopefully they will be published in Belgrade till the end of this year. A few of them are they have their place in Sarajevo because I write short family stories about stories that I've heard from my family. And my grandpa and grandma, they lived in Sarajevo in the mid-50s. Yeah, he studied in this Pravni facultet, law faculty, and he studied there and worked there in the print sector. And they lived actually there in that law faculty, in the podrum, in the ceiling. They lived there because they didn't have money to rent flat and everything, and they lived there. So a lot of stories that I heard from their 4-year stay in Sarajevo. In this latest novel, Bosnia, the Tenant, that novel was actually nominated for European Union Prize for Literature, but Serbia candidate. In that I write about a young man who comes to a different city, no name, no surname, someone behind her, with a greater name. That's why I called that novel The Tenant, because we don't have our flats that we inherited from communism. We are always paying rent, and we are, going from one relationship to the other. There is no like you're 19 and you will be married till the end of your life. So it's like you're a tenant in every kind of in your love life, in your jobs. There is no safe job nowadays. I know other people from Zagreb or from Skopje, but I came all alone, and I started to to get to know people. I started to come here in this galleria. Boris, I don't know, it's Smilje or Smije, I don't know.
Smoje.
Smoje, yeah. You know. The biggest difference between Belgrade and Sarajevo is that Miljacka is a small river. And you know, something that I miss the most from is the view. You know, I work always outside, and I like to look at the Danube or Sava river. Well, I grew up in Novi Sad, and there is a Danube that is Strand beach, you know. I went to Žuta Tabija, I think 4 days ago, and finally I was like, this is the view I was craving for all the time, because you know, I had to see this beautiful city from its landscape. I had to see all those, you know, there is a mountain on the left and on the right, and there is Sarajevo, you know, in between those. There are a lot of similarities between Sarajevo and Belgrade. Even Sarajevo and Novi Sad, not so much, but Sarajevo and Novi Sad have same. Grbavica is on that side of Miljacka, and we have a block in Novi Sad called Grbavica, and it's identical. You know, it was like copy-paste, but really it was copy-paste from Sarajevo Grbavica. So you know, when you walk through Grbavica in Novi Sad, it feels like you're walking through Sarajevo Grbavica. This city is really like Belgrade, because it was so many times it was, you know, crashed down, and Belgrade was so many times bombed and everything, and it had to, every 20, 30, 40, 50 years it had to, you know, redevelop itself. So you know, you have like buildings from Austro-Hungarian Empire in Sarajevo, then you have buildings from communism, and then you have two modernist buildings, and it's like that in Belgrade. Of course, it's not Austro-Hungarian Empire, but you have, you know, buildings from 20s, buildings for 60s, and buildings from 90s, 2000s. So that eclectic part is where I feel like I'm at home. When you're in Belgrade, people from all parts of the country come to Belgrade, and Belgrade is not. In Belgrade there are, well, I'm from Novi Sad, you know. In Belgrade there are not a lot of those who were born in Belgrade. So when you know, we were once same country, and it's not that much difference in our mentality, you know. We had, okay, here there are a lot more Muslims than in Belgrade. But you know, we were raised, or our parents were raised in the same country, and our parents raised us, you know, like we are same, because it was the same country when they were, you know, born. So it's not much different now. Maybe it will be, I don't know, in 50 years or something, when that all is forgotten. I wrote much better and much more than when I'm in Belgrade. I think I somehow grown up a bit because of this month. It's not that long period, but you know, I think that I've learned something from this, really.